let's go back to the Xbox showcase and the Gears of War E-Day trailer that we saw. Immediately afterwards, there seemed to be an incredible kerfuffle about the nature of the trailer. Jeff Keighley getting in there, talking about CG assets. Other people saying it's not CG, but fully real time. I think I did watch the segment that you guys did, and I think you got the details broadly right about what the nature of this trailer and what it actually is. I guess when I was watching this drama play out, I hadn't actually seen the asset, but I was just thinking to myself, if it's real time, if it's Unreal Engine 5, again, why not show the game? It just seems obvious. But I guess you guys wanted to quickly sort of clarify what we were seeing or discuss various aspects, but go for it. Alex?
So from my perspective, I think the way it was described is that this is done the same way the advertising was done for Gears 1 through 3. So the original Mad World trailer, for example, is a great example of that. We know what Gears of War looks like. John and I just covered it. It's fun. Yeah. But you go to that Mad World trailer, and it's an Unreal Engine cinematic. It's the ability in Unreal Engine, which John has done for his videos before, where you have the ability to render it out as a sequence. And it is actually something that can run in real time in your viewport, or even if you wanted, you could run it in real time. And I think that's what we're seeing here. It can run in real time, but they rendered it out as a sequence using Unreal Engine 5 so that it's a video that runs at 30 FPS and doesn't have any skips and tears, anything like that. And it has really smooth camera and all that jazz. So that's what I think we're looking at here. But other than that, I actually do think it is Blur made it. Blur Studios, who does incredible work. Some of the best pre-rendered cinematics you've ever seen are from Blur. And I think what it is that we're just seeing the in-game assets there just rendered out, like at a perfect 4K. And that's really it. I didn't see anything when we watched the trailer other than the moment John pointed out where the bayonet flashes light at the character's face, Marcus's face, which can be faked in a lot of ways. I think everything else there actually did look like something you could see running in real time in a way. So I just wanted to clarify that from our perspective, that I actually have a good enough trust as well in the coalition to present the game in a way that is going to be realistic to the end product. Because actually, they always show off stuff that looks really, really good and ends up looking really, really good. So, yeah.
I think it's as you say, Alex, it's probably more of just like an image quality boost, and to get something out that looks pristine, even if it is rendered in the engine, it's a good way to get like a perfect version of that asset.
Right.
Because I suspect image quality wouldn't necessarily be quite as good as we see in this trailer.
I'd agree with that.
Everything else seems very realistic and very likely, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, obviously, I'm literally watching it now for the first time because I've been away. And the quality level is just off the charts here, to the point where I would mistake it for, it is a pre-rendered asset, effectively, isn't it?
Right.
It is within the engine. It is using assets from the game, but I'm not sure whether there's a computer in existence that would be running this in real time at that fidelity level.
Which is what I want to point out. I could see this at like 1080p. It's on some GPU out there, but like at a real 4K, it looks great, especially like the overarching shot of the city. Like I think Unreal can do really great small scenes and at a high frame rate. But as soon as you start looking over the city, it's like, my goodness, like even the Matrix demo goes to a HLOD at the distance to preserve memory and frame rate. And there's a lot of things where you'd imagine, especially if this is targeting Series X, which they already announced, like some of the details there. Yeah. I'm curious to see though, if this cutscene ends up in game in some form, or if this is just like the original Mad World trailer where none of that's actually in game.
No, not at all. Yeah. The Mad World trailer had further enhancements as well it had that full puddle of like high quality reflections where Marcus looks down into the water, right?
It has
That
shadow
was-
maps and
It
stuff
has
too.
perfect shadows in there.
Gears doesn't have that.
Like none of that stuff's actually in the game, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like I think there could be some amazing destruction in here, but I'm skeptical of the quality of the destruction when the building collapses in this trailer. It's just a bit beyond, you can do some alembic stuff that looks similar enough, but just the fidelity of it is so high that I'm skeptical that that's feasible in real time right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It'll be curious. The blog did mention next generation destruction and dismemberment.
Okay. I guess, right.
There's I don't know. One thing that we've seen with UE5 is it has this chaos physics system, but no game has used it yet. I don't know why, but so there's a lot we haven't seen. It has the ability to like fracture stuff. It has the ability to do like stuff that you haven't seen in games in a really long time or ever. No game's done it, but Coalition are masters of their craft. I'm willing to, at least for this, give them the benefit of the doubt for a while.
Okay, well, we've got this supporter question from Kenneth Bergen. Hello, lads. Do you think the Coalition should have labelled the Gears of War E-Day trailer, quote-unquote, pre-rendered using in-game assets? Does the labelling matter in the current year? Is it perhaps a little deceiving to label it in-game when that will undoubtedly lead a lot of viewers to assume it's running in real time on consumer hardware? From what I understand, the trailer presented is more similar to the pre-rendered with in-game assets cutscenes of yore before everything went real time. I kind of wish everything had gone real time, but anyway, in the here and now, does any of this matter? Where's my mum and dad? Jeez, my dudes.
Where's my mum and dad?
I just think, I just really, whenever in-engine pops up as a subtitle, I just internally groan and think, okay, this is something that we're not actually going to see in game to that level of fidelity. Therefore, what is the point? And the fact that so much of the fact that they've gone to so many lengths to actually present a video here that is using actual in-game assets. Why not show the game? I can only assume the game's not ready to be shown or something like that. But even so, I'm just sort of baffled by this sort of stuff, and it kind of takes the sheen off because it's the Coalition. It's this is going to be an awesome game. Maybe it was just too early to show. I don't know, but even so, this whole sort of concept of in-engine, I just don't really like it at all. What can I say?
I agree with that. I'd vastly prefer it said in-game running on Xbox Series X or running on PC, which, Microsoft does anyway.
As Kenneth here says, pre-rendered using in-game assets. At least that's sort of being fully transparent about what you're actually seeing. I mean, in-engine can literally mean anything. You could have each frame taking 24 hours to render if you really wanted to.
Yeah, pre-rendered in-engine with in-game assets. It's a sentence, but it at least is super descriptive,
Yeah, or as I think it's, the Sony presentations, they typically just go straight for the jugular, not actual gameplay, stuff like that.